Good morning, sir.
Oh, good morning. Thank you very much, Porter. Could you tell me where to find a hotel?
This way, sir.
Thank you.
Good morning.
Good morning. Are you the proprietor?
Yes, do you want a room?
Yes. But could you tell me where to hire a car or a taxi? I have to find a Mr. Pete Cromhart, who I believe farms in this district.
I'm afraid you won't find a taxi in this town.
Oh.
Do sit down.
Thank you.
Perhaps the garage man can help.
Hi, Charlie. Hier is 'n oomie wat na Piet Cromhart toe wil gaan. Kan jy hom vat?
Nee,
He's in one of his moods again.
Hoekom nie?
ek moet eers die trok klaarmaak.
Hoe lank sal dit jou vat?
'n Kwartier of so.
Dan kan jy hom as vat as jy klaar is, man.
Nee,
Hoekom nie?
ag, ek weet nie waar Piet Cromhart bly nie.
Ag man, jy weet mos hy bly daar agter die berg. Jy was al 2 of 3 keer daar.
Ja, ek het nog elke keer verdwaal.
As jy by die verkeerde plaas uitkom, sal hulle jou na die regte een beduie.
Ag, nou ja, alright, sê die ou moet wag.
He says he can take you in about half an hour.
Moor sommer net 'n mens se tyd.
Where are you from?
I'm from London.
You come to see Mr. Pete Cromhart.
Yes.
Politics?
Oh, no.
You know Mr. Cromhart?
We haven't met.
Well, that's him over there.
But this man's name is Mr. Pete Cromhart.
No, his name is Pete Cromhart. Means, you see, in this country, is something like Mr. Only it's more like uncle. If a man's old, you call him
Oh, why? Is he elderly?
No.
I see he's in politics.
Yes, he's the Nat.
Nat.
Nationalist Party, Nat.
Oh, yes, I see.
This is his opponent round here, Sir David Willoughby. UP.
I beg your pardon?
United Party. He's the United Party man.
Well, this is the man I'm looking for.
Dis Lissy en Elsie en Antjie en Anna.
Hoeveel van die koeie is nou weer weg?
Daar's 11 weggewas.
Lê die Engelsman se draad alweer plat.
Dit lyk my so was. Baas Paul het reeds gaan kyk.
Oh.
En toe, Paul, het jy die beeste gaan soek?
Ja, pa, ek dink hulle daar bo deurgebreek.
Is Willoughby se draad alweer stukke?
Ja, pa, daar bo by die berg is alles plat.
En kon jy nie my koeie sien nie?
Nee, pa, hulle is seker weer in die wingerd in. Hy het hulle seker al klaar geskit.
Ek weet gehaal vir ons die bakkie uit.
Ja, baas.
Gaan pa nou met Sir David praat?
Ja.
Kan ek saam ry tot by die rivier, pa?
Ja, goed.
Dankie.
Jy moet gou maak, jy weet.
Goed, ou baas.
So ja, julle twee is net betyds vir koffie.
Nee, ek sal nie kan wag vir koffie nie, dankie. Ek moet weer oor na Willoughby toe.
Hoekom? Wat gaan nou weer aan?
Daar het alweer 11 van my koeie oorgeloop na hom toe.
Hoe weet julle is by Sir David?
Paul het gaan kyk, die draad lê alweer plat. Hy Engelsman kom ons gou 'n ordentlike draadspan nie. Dis nou elke tweede, derde dag en loop my koeie oor na hom toe.
Maar hoekom stuur jy nie vir Kiewit om jou beeste te gaan haal nie?
Nee, ek gaan self met hom praat en ek gaan nie doekies ontdraai nie. Hy moet nou leer om 'n ordentlike draad te span. Ek word nou moeg daarvan om met so 'n flotsige beerman opgeskep te sit. Nou ja, ek sal oor 'n uur of so weer terug wees.
Nee, wat jy sou nie. Jy en Sir David kan ons nooit wegkom van mekaar af nie.
Ja. Tada.
En jy trek skoon en aan net moet gaan swem. Swem Sir David se dogter ook so graag.
Ag, ma. Tel maar.
Kom Paul, maak gou.
What does the National Party stand for?
Nothing in...
Conservative or Labour?
No.
Well, what does the United Party stand for?
Oh, nothing in particular.
Aren't they Conservatives or Labour?
No.
Then what is the difference between the parties?
The Boers vote for the Nats and the English vote for the UP.
Oh, I see.
Dankie pa.
Jy moet kom as ek toe.
Goed pa.
Is Mr. Cromhout in Parliament?
No, he lost the election last time.
Who is the sitting member at present?
Sir David Willoughby.
His neighbour?
Yes.
Morning, Cromhout. Come and sit down.
Ja, môre Willoughby. Jou draad lê alweer plat. Wanneer gaan jy ordentlike draadspan, hè?
I know my fence is down. Your Richard cows got into my vineyard again. Did a great deal of damage.
En waar's my koeie nou?
I put them in my kraal.
Give it. Ga haal die beeste.
Goed, ou baas. Good morning, Sir David.
Morning, Kivett. He's wasting his time, you know. I told Adonis not to let them out of the kraal until you paid for the damage.
Maar Engelsman, as jy nie 'n ordentlike draad kan span nie, moet jy mos verwag dat mense se beeste in jou brywe aangaan.
No fence can stand up against those hulking great Frieslands of yours. I think you trained them to trample down my fence.
Good morning, Mr. Cromwell. I see the debating society is in session again.
Morning, Joan.
Dad, I don't particularly feel like tea. I'd rather go for a gallop and leave you two to argue in peace. Bye, Mr. Cromwell.
Goodbye, Joan. My draad is altyd in orde. Waarom is al jou draad wat plat lê, hè?
I've told you a million times that you know perfectly well why that is. Because my vineyards happen to be opposite my part of the fence, T. And those uncivilized cattle of yours are no respecters of property. What's the matter with you? Don't you feed the brutes?
Dis sommer slim praatjies daarin, man. As jy jou ordentlike draad sal span, as my koeie aan my kant van die draad bly waar hulle hoort, dan sal nie moeilikheid wees nie.
Drink your tea before it gets cold.
Kom som nog nes. Azal. Azal kom. Kom skapa nes.
Morning, Kivett.
Morning, Miss.
Jy wil tog nie hê ek moet pieperige klein Jersey koetjies boer soos jy nie, hè?
People are good jerseys. Better than those bumbling oxen of yours.
Ek boer nie met osse nie, dis koeie.
The quality of the milk is just as poor.
Hallo there. Hello.
Hello.
How are those two angry old men doing up
Oh,
there?
they were still talking about fences and cattle when I left. They hadn't even started on politics yet.
Fine, that means we have at least 2 hours.
And I notice you calling yourself on your election posters. Vote for Pete Cromhout. Huh, you're not old enough nor venerable enough to be called
As jy venerable genoeg is om 'n sir te wees, dan is ek venerable genoeg om 'n oom te wees.
Nou ja, gaan jullie de kraal opmaken? Jij gaat niet met baas en jullie kraal. Jij gaat niet jullie kraal opmaken met mijn baas.
Anyway, I haven't got time to fiddle about with fences. I can't be in 2 places at once. Parliament keeps me busy, you know.
O, dit sal nie lank aan nie. Jy die setel die laaste keer maar net met 25 stemme gewen. Hierdie keer gaan ek wen.
I don't agree with you.
Well, I agree with me.
But he won't like me to go out with an Afrikaans boy. You know how stuffy these old men are. What will your dad say?
Ag, hy's net so stuffy soos jou pa. Maar ek gaan met hom praat. Ek gaan vir hom sê die Engelse oorlog is al 60 jaar gelede geveg. En as die eleksie verby is, gaan ek jou openlik uitneem. Dan gaan ons dans, gaan ons fliek.
Hoekom eers na die eleksie?
As ek jou nou uitneem, sal my pa die eleksie verloor.
Your dad will. If you take me out now, my dad will lose the election far more than your dad.
Now, don't be silly. People only vote for your dad because he's a sir.
They do not. They vote for him because he's not a nat, that's why. They vote for him because he's United Party.
Maar die sap het nie 'n beleid nie. Hoe kan 'n mens nou
The
stem?
Nats haven't got a policy. My dad says the Nats have got so many policies that they haven't got... Brother, do we ever sound like those 2 angry old men up there?
Want dit het nou al baie duidelik geword dat die Verenigde Party nie meer 'n beleid het nie.
It's far more obvious that the Nationalist Party has so many policies it hasn't got the slightest idea which one to foist upon the electorate.
Jij zal niet bij mij doen. Ben je zo mee doen? Ja, bij mij je wordt niet. Je kan ze aan de slag. Wat ik je zeg.
Usalo ngwana ndo ngwatsa phelo zela.
En julle moet nie dink julle lei die kiesers om die bos met julle kastige eenheidskreet.
It's not our slogan anymore, it's yours. You pinched it from us. We've been preaching unity between the Englishman and the Boer for the last...
Ja, dis reg, julle preach unity en ons moet dit practice, né? Ons veg al jare vir eenheid.
Fighting is right. You'll achieve your unity if you have to kill off every last Englishman to do it.
Baas, daai doen van die beeste uit die kraal uit nie.
Good man.
Willen wij dus via diefstal? Als daar die beesten niet voor morgen 12 uur in mijn kraal is, die gaan zitten ik mee procureren, hoor jij?
Never mind about your lawyer. If you're not careful, I'll have mine on to you.
Ja, stuur maar je lawyerkie naar mij toe. Als je ziet, maar maak ik met lawyers. Tot ziens, dank je voor die thee.
Yes, well, I told him we'll get lost. I don't know. Either Pete Cromhout lives in that house down there, or else it is that one down there. Anyhow, I think we'd better go around that way, around the foothills.
Very well, let's do that.
All right.
Ek gaan vir hom sê ons is al groot mense. Ons weet wat ons wil hê. Bye. And remember to talk to your dad.
Okay.
Bye.
Goodbye.
Spring aan, jong.
Wat pa sê David of jy beklei?
Hy het beklei. Ek het dit gaan praat oor sy draad. Hy is die onredelikste vent wat ek my lewe nog gesien het.
Dankbaar regtig sê David is so sleg as wat pa dink.
Natuurlijk denk ik hij zo slecht is wat ik denk. Hij is een Engelsman. Wie wil hij nou weer aanvangen? Hij wil nou zijn procureur naar mij toe sturen om het zijn draad plat te leggen. Je kan met de Engelsman net niks uitvoeren. En wat is het nou skielik als hij zo slecht is wat ik denk? Word je nou sap?
Nee pa, ek meen maar net.
Gee, Dad, I saw a movie once where these two men were political enemies, and they fought like mad in Parliament, but they were great pals at home. Why can't you and old Pete be like that?
Because we're not characters in a movie.
But, Dad, if you were more tolerant and kind and forgiving, maybe he'd follow your example. Maybe he isn't as stubborn as you think.
Pete Cromhout is a Boer, a stubborn, obstinate, pig-headed Boer, and you can't reason with a Boer.
Oh, Dad.
Good morning. Good morning to you. My name is Noakley.
Good morning. Willoughby's the name.
Ah, yes. Sir David Willoughby. I recognize you from your campaign posters. How do you do?
How do you do? Would you care to come and sit down?
No, thank you very much. I'm looking for Mr. Pete Cromhout.
Oh.
Could you direct me to his farm?
Certainly. He's my next-door neighbor. You turn in the next gate 2 miles further down the road.
I see. Thank you very much. Good day, Sir David.
Good day.
Good morning.
Good morning, madam. Mrs. Cromhout?
Yes?
How do you do? My name is Noakley.
How do you do, Mr. Noakley?
Is Mr. Cromhout in? I have some rather wonderful news for him.
He's in the vineyard. I had him called for you. Come and sit down in the meanwhile.
Oh, no, thank you. I shan't sit down. And please don't disturb his Mr. Cromhout. If you could merely direct me to the vineyard.
If you go down that way, right through the small vines, you'll find him in the taller ones.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much indeed.
Wil jy nie so lank kom sit nie?
Nee, ek sal hier bly, dankie.
Good morning.
Morgen, Cromhout.
May I introduce myself? My name is Noakley, of the London firm Noakley, Ambrose, James and Noakley. And it is my privilege to bring you some news.
You're a lawyer.
Why, yes, my London firm has the privilege of...
Did Willoughby send you here?
Yes, Sir David was kind enough to direct me
Can you swim?
And so... swim? Why, yes, I have swum.
Is that an expensive briefcase?
Oh, yes, very expensive. Everything that opens
And the
shuts.
umbrella?
Rather expensive, too.
And the hat?
Bond Street, sir. But, my lord, sir, I say I protest. I protest strongly. The Law Society shall hear about this. I protest. This is most uncivilized. You wouldn't dare to swim him.
Now, you go and tell Willis...
Help.
But you said you could swim.
Help. Help.
Ja, ik was even ja, geen kunnen weten. Ik wil nog terug.
I protest.
Het die klein Engelsman jou gekry?
Ja, hy het my gekry.
Waar is hy nou?
Ek weet nie, iewers.
Ek wou vir hom tee gee.
Willoway kan self as sy prokureurs teëgee.
Is hy Sir David se prokureur?
Ja? Ja, hy wil nou rof speel.
Hey, you can't come and drip dry in my car.
But I'd like to get back to Sir David's farm.
Well, you can ride in the boot.
Boot? Oh, good gracious.
You mean to tell me that Pete Cromhout is actually a British peer?
Yes, you see, when Lord Cedric Bentwood died, he left no issue, and so we had to trace back
Yes,
to
you've
find
explained
out.
all that. Yes, of course. It's just, it's just incredible. His great-great-grandfather actually came from England.
Yes.
And now he's...
Lord Peter Bentwood.
That obstinate, pig-headed old boar is actually a British peer.
Yeah.
Mind you, of course, I always knew he had more than a streak of that British bulldog tenacity in him, but sure there's no mistake?
Oh, quite sure, Sir David. You see, I spent months on research, and I can assure you that...
And he threw you into the irrigation tank before you could tell him.
Yes, I'm afraid the Bentwoods have always been of a rather impetuous nature.
So?
Yes, I well remember the day when the late Lord Cedric Bentwood upended a jar of honey over my head simply because
Yes, well, I want to be there when you tell him. I want to see his face when he finds out that... Oh, Joan, come here a moment. You'll never believe this. This is Mr. Noakley from London, my daughter Joan.
How do you do, Miss Willoughby?
How do you do, Mr. Noakley? But you're wet. What happened?
Well, Cromhout dumped him in the water tank, but you'll never believe this. He...
But Mr. Noakley will catch his death of cold. Dad, you are inconsiderate. I'm sure Mr. Noakley would like a change of clothes.
Yes, but I'm afraid I left my luggage in the village.
Yes, of course you did. Well, we'll go and see what we can find you to wear, and then we'll go and see old Cromhout together. Come along.
Nou stuur hy sy prokureur na my toe omdat sy draad plat lê. En hy weet nie hoe modelike draad te span nie. Hy gebruik sulke dunne droppertjies en sy trekpare die staan so. Nou kyk ek wil hê hy moet op dag vaar omdat sy draad nie in orde is nie.
Maar Piet, is daar nou een of ander skriftelike ooreenkomste waar volgens hy sy deel van die draad in orde moet hou?
Ek weet nie man, jy is my prokureur, jy het my papiere en dokumente en goed daar. Wag 'n bietjie, hier kom Willoughby alweer aangery. En ek my kon self moeilikheid soek.
Piet. Piet.
Willoughby, vat daar die agentjie van jou weg voor ek hom versuip.
No, don't be a fool, man. He's not my lawyer. Mr. Noakley's come all the way from London to bring you some absolutely wonderful news. Now, come and sit down like a good man and listen to what he has to say. Mind if I sit down?
Ja, sit maar. You can sit down too. But Willoughby, if this is one of your dirty...
Oh, for heaven's sake, sit down.
Was dit Sir David se kar wat ek gehoor het?
Ja, ma.
O, ek weet jy gaan alweer swem.
Ach, ma.
Well, when Lord Cedric Bentwood died in England, he left no issue. And we, as lawyers and executors in probate of the estate, had...
Yes, we know all that, man, but get to the point.
Yes, sir. Well, my lord, Mr. Cromhout, sir, we found that the only surviving members of the family were descended from a brother of the late Lord Cedric's great-grandfather, who emigrated to South Africa in 1820. Now, his name was Peter Bentwood. He married a Miss Duploy in Grahamstown in 1825.
Yes, and they beget sons, whose sons beget sons, whose sons beget, and so on. But get to the point, fellow.
Yes, sir. Well, in the second generation, the descendants of Peter Bentwood changed the name to Cromhout. I believe that Cromhout is a literal translation into Afrikaans of Bentwood. And it has been conclusively proved, sir, that you are the rightful heir to the title and estates of the late Lord Cedric Bentwood.
I'll sue you. Willoughby, this is one of your dirty tricks. I'll sue you too.
What on earth for, fellow?
You want to call me an Englishman? That's defamation. I'll sue the pants of both of you. You want me to lose the election. Now, don't you move. Don't. Just stay where you are. I want you to repeat every word you said in front of witnesses. Yes, and just stay where you are. And you sit down. And don't go away. Juffrouw, geef mij van de Waldse-kantoor, alsjeblieft. Ach, Lord, zet ik ben. Zal ik van 50 keer echt nog van... Kijk, ja, van de Wald. Ja, kijk, ik wil even daar een zaak waar die lijn maar uitlos, man. Ik heb erbij beter zaak in allebei. Laster. Ja, hij zegt, is Engelsman. Dat is mijn karakterskinderen. Nou, kijk, ik wil even dadelijk hier naartoe komen. Ik wil even het weer voor jou zeggen.
Piet, ek glo nie die hof sal dit as laster aanvaar as 'n man jou Engelsman noem nie.
Dat is laster, man. Geen boezel van mijn stemmen, ze denken ik is een Engelsman niet. Daar willen wij wel eigenlijk met de verkiezingen verloren.
Good morning.
Good morning, Mrs. Cromhout. Have you met?
Yes.
I've had the honor.
I understand Mr. Nokley's a lawyer. I didn't think, Sir David, that you would take your differences with my husband quite so far.
Oh, no, Mrs. Cromhout, there's been a misunderstanding. Mr. Nokley is a lawyer, but he's from London, and he has the most wonderful news for you. I think you better sit down while he tells you.
Van der Walt moet nou niet Noorse praten nie. Wil jy die zaak hê of wil jy ek mezelf moet omwerk?
Wag, Piet. Moet nou nie haastig wees nie. Ek kom dadelik. Moet nou niks self doen voor ek daar is nie.
And this is the castle and grounds, seen from the south.
Pieter, wat hoor ek? Jy's nou 'n lord.
Ek dacht waar. Ek dacht waar die volgende ene wat zei ek is een Engelsman of een lord. En Willoughby, ek het van mijn procureur gezegd, hij moet hier naartoe komen. En als hij komt, dan kan je met elke woord weer gezegd weer zeggen.
Well, I didn't say anything. I merely brought him...
Ja, moet niet nou koffie trekken. Jij wacht hier tot mijn procureur komt.
As you wish.
Ja. En maar laten we lang koffie krijgen.
Ja, ek dink ons het almal koffie nodig.
What's he saying?
He said coffee. Come on.
Oh.
Ja, toe, kom.
Hello there!
Well, your lordship, now our troubles are over. Now we can proclaim our love to the world.
Hoekom? Het jou pa gesê dis alright?
No, Dad's still in a daze, but I'm sure he won't mind now, you right honourable lordship, you.
Huh?
Paul, you don't even know. Yippee! I know something you don't know.
What don't I know?
Come down, I'll tell you.
Môre dan sal.
Môre meneer van der Walt, jy's net betyds vir koffie.
Nee,
Dag van der Walt. Je kent voor Willoughby...
Morning, Van der Walt.
Ja.
Mr. Van der Walt, Mr. Nokley from...
Ja, Nokley.
How do you do, Mr. Nokley?
How do you do, Mr. Vanderwalt? I must apologize for my clothing.
Yes.
I had a mishap. I got wet.
Van der Walt, zit je daar. Sit down. Willoughby, zit je daar. Toe, nou kun jullie praten. Toe, praat nou.
I've got nothing to say. Nokley, carry on.
Yes, all right, speak.
Well, I have documentary evidence in this briefcase, my lord.
Ja, ze hebben zelfs een vals documenten samengebracht. Dus zomaar een complot van die Verenigde Partij. Hierdie man komt nu kastig hier van Londen af met de spulpapieren.
Ja, Piet. Ek en meneer Nokley sal die saak elders bespreek waar 'n minder stoornis is. Mr. Nokley, let's discuss this somewhere else.
Certainly, Mr. Vanderwalt.
Hoe lekker het vir my jy glo hierdie norsers?
Ou man, meneer Nokley het selfs 'n foto saamgebring van die kasteel en alles.
Ja, en as jy nou vir jou 'n foto bring van 'n stal, sal dit bewys ek is 'n perd.
Ek weet nie meer wat om te glo nie. En nou man, weet jy, meneer Nokley sê hierdie erfporsie is meer as 100 000 pond werd.
And that, mark you, is after death duties and all other expenses have been taken care of. The Bentwoods must have been excellent businessmen. And look, neighbor, I'd like to be the first to congratulate you if you'd stop threatening to sue everybody within sight.
Ja, jy word nou bang, hè?
Was jou oupa se naam Johannes Cornelis Kromhout en is hy gebore op Vlaklaagte?
Ja. Willoughby, jy gaan 'n dag berou, hoor jy?
But my dear fellow, I've tried to tell you I had nothing to do with any part of it. Notley came to me because you wouldn't speak to him and you threw him into your water tank.
Dat kan nie wees nie. Dat kan nie. Willem,
En was jou oupa grootjie se naam Johannes Gerardus?
Ek weet nie wat my oupa grootjie se naam was nie. Van wat en wie se kant is jy, hè?
Wel, ek het nou al hierdie dokumente nagegaan en ek sien geen rede om dit nie te glo nie. Oom Piet is ongetwyfeld Lord Pentwood, die 17de burggraaf van Crichtonshire.
Van wat ek dagvaar. Is dit waar, van wat? Ek gaan dit nooit oorleef nie.
My Lord Bedford, well, I want to be the first to congratulate you, and may I express the hope that we become better neighbors and settle our differences more amicably in future. Yes. Huh?
Be calm, my lord. My lord, contain yourself. Sir David, help! Sir David! Not the water tank again, my lord.
Now you go right back to England and tell them thank you very much. I don't want the title. Goodbye.
But my lord, I say my lord.
Now what have you done?
I abdicated.
Nee, oom Piet, dis nie so maklik nie. 'n lordskap is nie so parlementêre setel waar jy sommer net kan bedank nie. Once you're a lord, my lord, you're always a lord, my lord.
Does that make me a lady?
Yes, my lady. If I may say so.
You may say so, Mr. Nokley.
Susanna, maar skaam jy nie vir jou nie? Wat gaan die mense van ons sê? Hulle dit almal ons is goeie opregte Afrikaners. Het jy dan nie 'n bietjie simpatie vir my nie?
Ja, man, ek is baie jammer vir jou omdat jy 100,000 pond geërf het.
Ja, dit word om Piet te troos.
Niks gaan vir my troos nie. Ek wou so graag hierdie keer die verkiesing gewen het. Willem, jy en daardie Engelsman is die enigste twee wat weet van hierdie vreeslike ding. En nou vra ek vir jou as my buurman om dit stil te hou.
Well, if that's what you want.
My lord, there are a few matters I must clear up before I return to England. I take it your lordship is not taking up residence in the castle?
Not a damn. I'm not leaving this country or this house. This is where I live and this is where I stay.
Very well, my lord, but then there are other decisions to be made and documents to be perused and signed.
Yes. Well, Mr. Van der Walt here will peruse and sign, and you must excuse me now. I want to get dressed to go to town.
Very well, my lord. Mr. Van der Walt, may I drive back to town with you, please?
Certainly.
Thank you very much.
Well, Lady Bentwood,
Goodbye, Sir David.
Yes.
My lady.
Goodbye, Mr. Nokley. Tot ziens, meneer Van der Walt.
Tot ziens, dan, son.
Can't you see? It's all right now. Your dad won't mind because you're English. And my dad won't mind because you're English.
Perhaps somebody's playing a trick. This kind of thing doesn't happen.
Nobody's playing tricks. Mr. Nokley's got all kinds of documents and everything.
I don't know.
Where are you going?
I'm going home. I want to ask Dad.
All right, I'm coming with you. Help me?
Moks, waar's pa? Is dit waar dat hy nou 'n lord is?
Julle tweekies het besluit om nou sommer openlik saam rond te loop,
Môre,
né?
mevrou. Ja, ons het gedink dat nou dat oom Piet ook Engels is, hy sal nie...
Ag, sis tog, julle twee arme onskuldige bloetjies. Dis nou erger as ooit. Die oupas wil niks weet van lordskappe of titels nie.
Oh, no. That means back to the river for us.
Môre, oom Piet.
Môre.
Môre, oom Piet.
Goeiemôre.
Môre, oom Piet.
Môre. Is meneer Van der Merwe daar?
Ja, oom Piet, hy is in sy kantoor.
Dankie.
Môre om Piet, jou toespraak
Môre,
reg van môre aan.
Ja, hoe gaan dit met die werwery?
Voor die wind. As ons hard werk kan ons definitief hierdie keer die setel wen. Ons werwers lê baie nadruk op die feit dat om Piet so 'n goeie ware Afrikaner is.
Ja, oorie, Hannes, waar kan ons alleen wees?
Maar ons is mos alleen.
O ja. Hannes, wel, ek weet nie hoe om dit vir jou te sê nie, maar jong, daar het iets vreesliks gebeur.
Nou wat is dit dan nou om Piet?
Man, 'n groot skande het my oorgekom.
Hoe so oom Piet het oom Piet geldelike moeilikheid?
Nee.
Vroumense?
Nee man, dis iets baie erger.
Maar wat kan dit dan wees?
Hannes, ek het Engelse bloed in my.
Hai, oom Piet.
Ek kan dit nie help nie man, dis nie my, ek het self nie eens daarvan geweet nie.
Maar hoe het oom Piet dit dan nou uitgevind?
Man, ek het jou nog nie eens die eerste vertel nie. Hannes, ek is 'n lord.
Oom Piet, 'n mens maak nie grappe oor sulke dinge nie.
Nee man, ek maak nie grappe nie, dis die dooie waarheid. Ek wil dit self nie glo nie, maar hulle dokumente en briewe.
En wie het die dokumente?
Man, die man het uit Londen uit gekom om my te kom vertel.
Oom Piet, jy maak nie grappies nie, né?
Nee man, ek sal jou maar die hele ding vertel. Kyk die Lord Cedric Bentwood, die dood gegaan in Engeland en al sy kinders is ook dood. En lyk my dat 'n pes onder die Engelse uitgebreek, want sy neefs en sy ooms, die hele spul het uitgevrek en nou sit ek met die titel. En die verkiesing is oor 10 dae en ons gaan die verkiesing verloor.
O, Choips. Hoeveel mense weet van die ding?
Man, dis my vrou en natuurlik ou David Willeby daar langs my en die prokureurtjie van Londen af en van der Walt my eie prokureur en ek het elkeen van hulle die dood voor die oë gehou as hulle uitkom.
Nou, maar dan is dit nie so erg nie. Ons moet die ding net stilhou tot na die eleksie.
Maar dit sal tog vroeër of later uitkom, want 'n mens kan nie so 'n ding vir altyd stilhou nie.
Maar as dit na die eleksie uitkom, dan sit jy al klaar in die parlement in. En dan het ons 5 jaar tyd om die ding reg te praat voor die volgende eleksie.
Ja, dis waar, hè. Sjoe. Hey, nou ja, ek moet net gou poskantoor toe gaan. Kyk hoe daar my paar briewe is.
Daar sal seker nou al iets wees, ja.
Ja, tot ziens, dames.
Tot ziens, oom Piet.
Tot ziens, Hannes.
Van die beste, oom Pieter. Lekker bly, hoor.
Ja, dankie, tot ziens.
Good day, my lord.
Don't call me my lord.
I'm sorry, my lord, but it slipped out.
And what were you doing in the post office?
I sent a cable to London advising them that I'd finally found you, my lord. Of course, I told them that you wanted it kept secret, my lord.
Now the postmistress knows. And she's the biggest gossip in town.
Oh, I'm sorry, my lord. I didn't think that you would divulge the contents of my cable.
You don't know our postmistress. Is hij nog hier?
Ja.
O, magtig, Hannes, alles het verloren.
Nou, wat nou weer?
Man, daai verspotte klein prokureurtjie van Londen af het 'n telegram gestuur om te sê hy het my gekry. Nou weet jy verswit van hele ding af en jy weet hoe ons kinderbek sy is en sy's nog sabbo.
Ja, dis nou wragtige ding. Wat kan ons nou maak?
Hannes, daar is nou net een weg oop vir my, jong. Môre op die stydag moet ek aankondig dat ek bedank as kandidaat.
Nee, oom Piet, moenie haastig wees nie. Kyk, daar's geen probleem wat nie 'n oplossing het nie. Sit, oom Piet. En as jy regtig in die knyp is, dan blameer jy die oppositie.
Maar hoe kan ons aan die sappe blameer dat ek 'n lord is, man?
Dis maklik, oom Piet. Kyk, jy gaan nou hier in die straat in. Dan praat jy met almal wie jy teekom. Dan sê jou vriend, het jy gehoor wat die sappe nou alweer aanvang? Hulle het mos nou 'n beswateringsveld tog teen my. Hulle sê ek is 'n Engelsman. Het jy nou al ooit gehoor van 'n politieke party wat so bankrot is aan nuwe idees en beginsels dat hulle met so 'n verspottigheid moet kom? En dan sê jy, ou vriend, dis nog niks. Hulle is nie tevrede om my net 'n Engelsman te noem nie. Nee, hulle moet dit nog beter en slegter maak. Hulle sê nou ek is 'n lord. En dan lag jy. En dan sê jy, is dit nou nie verspot nie?
Dink jy dit sal werk, jong?
Maar natuurlik sal dit werk. Kan jy nie sien dat hierdie 'n lieflike kans is om ekstra stemme te kry nie? Nou is ek seker gaan ons die sleutel hierdie keer wen. Maar ons moet nou net gou spring voor ou Smith se stories weer die hele dorp vol hê. En ek gaan sommer nou die werwers bel en sê hulle moet ook so maak. Ek sien hom Piet weer, hoor.
Ja. Nou ja, tot ziens, dames.
Tot ziens, oom Piet.
Vader.
Môre Piet, hoe gaan dit?
Nee, goed dankie, man. Jy hoor wat van die sappe nou weer. Ek bedoel, hoe gaan dit daar by julle?
Nee, het gaan goed dankie. Maar wat vang die sappe nou weer?
Ja,
ek bedoel, hoe gaan dit daar by julle?
Nee, goed dankie, man. Nee, die sappe kom ons nou met 'n splinte nuwe ding. 'n Beswateringsveld tog. Hulle vertel oor die mense ek is 'n Engelsman.
So wragtig?
Ja, hulle sê ek is 'n Engelsman. Maar dit is nog niks, man. Hulle verkondig nou nog boonop ek is 'n lord.
Maar is lawwigheid.
Ja, dit is nie vir spot nie. Ek meen dat 'n eenvoudige boer soos ek nou skielik 'n Engelse lord moet wees.
Ja, is belaglik. 'n Eenvoudige boer soos jy, wat skaars jy se nou kan sê.
Ja, ek is daarom nie so damn eenvoudig nie, hoor. Jy sal jou verbaas om te weet dat ek regtig enkele... Ja, dit is belaglik, net tot ziens van.
Tot ziens.
Haai, maar raai, kan jy dit glo? Ek kon dit self nie glo nie. Ek het die telegram gelees, en weer gelees, en daar staan dit op wit en swart. Oom Piet Kromhout is 'n ware Engelse lord. kan jy dit nou glo? Nee, ek lieg nie vir jou nie. Hoekom sal ek nou jou been trek?
En nou loop die sap by die dorp vol en vertel vir almal die ou storieetjie wat hulle self opgemaak het. Nou ja, stel julle voor, nou moet 'n eenvoudige boer soos ek nou skielik 'n Engelse lord wees. Nou ja, tot ziens.
Tot ziens. Tot ziens, oom Piet.
We wouldn't do such a silly thing. Where did you hear this story?
Dit het die hele dorp vol. Julle sappe is daar nie eintlik slim nie. Kon julle nie aan iets beter gedink het nie?
You're right. I must find out more about this.
Jy beter, ja.
Hannes, kom gou hier, jong. Nou is hy eers grootnekkery.
Wat is dit nou?
Kera, lyk my die hele dorp weet al.
Ag nee, wat Piet, moenie daaroor bekommer nie. Daai skryf ek self daar. Dan sê ek vir die mense dis die sappe wat dit doen en hulle smeerveld tog.
Maar dis mos oneerlik, man.
Maar Piet, die Engels sê dan self all is fair in love and war. Dit gaan maar seker vir die politiek ook. Hy het gesien met wie ek nou daar buite gesels. Ou Jan van Staden. Wel hy is die grootste sap in die hele distrik. Ek sê vir hom ou Jan. Ek sê skaam julle sappe, julle nie lê julle Piet so beswaarder nie. Wel hy was skoon uit die veld geslaan. En jy kan seker wees hy's reguit sapkantoor toe om uit te vind wat gaan aan.
But I didn't tell anybody to start that rumour. Perhaps one of our own supporters thought up the idea by himself.
But it's such a silly story. If they just settled for him being an Englishman, but now they're trying to improve their rumour by putting on frills and saying he's a lord. Nobody believed that story. The Nats are saying, look at the United Party. What silly rumours they're starting.
You know, this could be serious. I think I better phone Sir David.
Pete and that Van der Merwe are going over the place, all over the place, saying what silly fools we are.
756, please.
If we have to start up rumours, let's at least start rumours that we can believe in.
Hello. Sir David, this is Johnson. Good morning, Sir David. It would appear that one of our supporters has had the bright idea of spreading the silly rumour Pete Cromhout is an English peer. Well, it's not such a very clever idea at that, because the Nats are cashing in on it.
But, Johnson, it's no rumour, it's the truth. Cromhout has inherited a title and a British peerage at that.
Sir David, are you serious?
Of course I'm serious. I was there when he received the news. He asked me to keep quiet about it, and I promised I would. But if the Nats are going to cash in on it and try and make us look ridiculous, I'm going to blast the whole story wide open.
But, Sir David, do you really think people will believe you? I mean, it's such an incredible story. I think people will believe the Nat story that we started this silly rumour and now we can't back it up. Have you any proof that he's a lord?
Of course I can prove it. I tell you I was there when this lawyer brought the news.
I want you to come and stay with me. We can pick up your luggage later. Come on.
It would be a privilege and an honor to be your guest, my lord.
His name is... it slipped my memory. He's a little fellow in a bowler hat. Go to the hotel and ask for him.
Very well, Sir David. Hang on a moment, will you please? Now, look. Go to the hotel and ask there for a lawyer bloke who arrived recently from London and bring him here as soon as you can. Look.
Morning.
Mora. Sir David, this lawyer fellow from London, does he wear a bowler hat, cutaway coat and striped pants? And is he rather a slight gentleman? Well, in that case, I'm afraid your only witness won't be available to you. I've just seen Pete Cromhout put into his car and drive off.
But we can't let the Nats get away with it.
Well, look, I tell you what you do. You come into town and buttonhole everybody. And then you say, friend, have you heard what the Nats are doing? They've started a rumour that Pete Cromhout is a lord.
Hello there, good morning. How are you? How's the family?
Fine, thank you. How's Joan?
Oh, she's very well, thank you. Have you heard what the Nats are doing? First, they spread a rumour that their Pete Cromhout was actually a British lord. And, of course, I suppose they thought that we had a sir as a candidate, and so they might as well go on better and have a lord, you see. Well, of course, when they found that people were laughing at this ridiculous rumour, they started another rumour, you see. This time they said that we've started a rumour, that they've started a rumour, that we... It's rather complicated, isn't it?
Yes, it is, isn't it?
Yes, it is, isn't it? Good morning.
Goodbye, Sir David.
Ah. Well, how did it go?
It's no good. Politics is getting far too involved for me.
But it's quite simple. All you've got to do is to tell
Yes,
people...
I know. Explained all that. Over and over again. But if I go around telling people that Pete Cromhout is not a lord, I'm simply asking for trouble. Sooner or later, they're going to find out the truth. And they're going to call me a liar.
Look, by that time, the elections will be over. You'll be back in Parliament. We'll have 5 years in which to talk ourselves out of it before the next election.
But don't you see...
Look, my dear fellow, it's as simple as that.
Kragty, Miss Smith. Kyk net hier.
Hello, Johnson here. Oh, hello, Miss Smith. What? From the Queen? To Pete Cromhout? What's it say?
To our right trusty and entirely beloved cousin, Pete Cromhout, Lord Bentwood, we welcome and greet you. And it's from Elizabeth R. to the Queen herself.
Are you sure it isn't a fake?
Of course I'm sure. You can't fake a telegram from Queen Elizabeth herself. The postal authorities would refuse to handle it. And I'm telling you, that telegram I sent off to London wasn't a fake either.
Yes,
and you all
yes,
said I was
right,
just
now,
spreading
all right,
a rumour.
Miss Smith,
How
all
can
right,
you think
yes,
such a thing from a
all
person
right,
like
Miss
myself,
Smith, will you
Mr.
please
Johnson?
listen to me? Now, the Nats are having a rally in the square tonight, and Pete Cromhout's going to make a speech. Now, I want you to have this telegram delivered to him in the middle of that speech. Do you understand, Miss Smith?
Nog 3 skoten, meneer?
Nee, dan.
Wil ik het, meneer? 3 skoten voor 10 cent?
Hello?
Joan, wat zal die meester zeggen?
Ach, niemand kijkt naar ons niet. Geef mij een geweer. I see you're helping your father to fight the Boer War now.
Is niet. Pa had me gevraagd om te helpen. Ik kon niet nee zeggen, niet. Won't you be helping your dad with his rally?
I might just do that, because your side's beginning to play dirty.
Oh, Joan, don't you think I'm super duper?
I'm sorry. All right, I promise you. No more politics.
Luister om, Piet. Jy moet nou nie vandaan te veel sê oor die landboubeleid nie. Die kiesers ken al klaar jou standpunt daaroor. Jy moet liewer baie praat en gebruik meeste van jou tyd vir hierdie smeerveldtog van die sap. En jy moet kwaad wees en geberg wees oor hulle bewering dat jy 'n Engelsman en 'n lord is.
Anders man, ek voel so skurk as ek die sappe blameer vir 'n ding wat hulle nie gedoen het.
Ag, om Piet, hulle sou presies dieselfde gedoen het as hulle net die kaas gehad het.
Ja, dis waar, hè.
Lei maar die klok, Gert.
He's just started to make his speech.
Are you sure?
Yes.
Good. Have you got the telegram?
Yes, sir.
Right. And when we've infiltrated, and we've settled down in our seats, you come along, give them the telegram. Okay. Right. Come on, boys.
Nou ja, ek hoef nou nie verder te praat oor die landboubeleid nie. Julle boere weet almal wat ons standpunt daaroor is. Wat ek eintlik oor wil praat, is die smeerveldtog, die besworderingsveldtog wat die sappe geloods het. In plaas dat hulle 'n veldtog voer oor beleidsake, nou kom hulle met 'n persoonlike aanval op my persoon. Die meeste van julle weet seker al van die gerug wat hulle versprei dat ek 'n Engelsman is. 'n Mens verbaas jou dat hulle nou met so 'n verspotte gerug hier moet kom. En die sappe was nie tevrede om met die storie te kom dat ek 'n Engelsman is nie. O nee. Nee, hulle weet mos hierdie is 'n republiek waar titels en adelstand nie erken word nie. En nou vertel hulle vir al wat leef dat oom Piet Cromhout nie net 'n Engelsman is nie. Nie net 'n Engelsman is nie, maar 'n Engelse lord.
Lees daar die telegram.
Huh?
Haal uit daar die telegram en lees hom.
Maar die sappe word daarom nou onnozel. Kyk wat wil hulle nou weer aanvang. Nou laat hulle hier 'n telegram na my toe stuur, kastig van Londen af, kastig van my niggie af. Our right trusty and entirely beloved cousin, Pete Cromhout, Lord Bentwood. We welcome and greet you. Kastig van my niggie Elizabeth in Londen af. Dit wys nou vir jou hoe verspot die sappe nou word. Ek het nie 'n niggie in die naam van Elizabeth in Londen. Ek het nêrens in die wêreld 'n niggie met die naam van Elizabeth. In ons familie is daar Johannes en Christinas en Martas, maar Elisabeth het ons net nie. En nou probeer hulle al met kastige telegramme uit Londen uit om hulle smeerstories te bevestigen. Stel julle voor, nou ek skielik 'n niggie met die naam van Elisabeth in Londen.
Wat is daar van?
Nee, sê nie van nie. Hier staan net Elisabeth R2. Dis seker R2. Elisabeth R. Oei.
Dit van die koningin, hè? Wil je nou die telegram wegsteek nie? Wat gaan daar aan?
Ja, soos ek sê, die landboubeleid is 'n baie belangrike beleid.
Hey, Brillenstel, verdrijf je daar. Alsjeblieft, mensen, alsjeblieft. Meneer Brillenstel. Zit er maar uit, rammen. Jullie gaan nog verder. Verdraf niet. Tegenballen.
Maar ek is net so 'n groot nat soos jy.
Ekskuus tog ou maat. Ag, anders nou is alles verlore, jong. Nou weet hulle.
Nee, wat om Piet, môre dink ons alweer aan 'n ander plan.
Ja, jy en jou slimme planne. Nou anders.
Nee, wag bietjie om Piet, ons kyk eers wie wen.
Slaat hom, Jory!
Good morning, Lady Susan.
Good morning, Mr. Noakley. I see you've received some mail.
Yes, I'm afraid I've received some very disturbing news, in fact. Lady Susan, may I please confide in you?
Please do, Mr. Noakley.
This letter is from the steward of the Bentwood estate. He writes here to say that he and the entire staff of Bentwood Castle are this morning boarding the jet plane from London as per my instructions. But I can assure you, my lady, that I transmitted no such instructions to England. Oh, dear, I can't imagine what his lordship will think. And I received this letter too late to prevent them from flying, so I'm afraid his lordship is going to be very perturbed, too.
Don't worry, Mr. Noakley. I'll tell him. In fact, I look forward to telling him.
Thank you, my lady. Thank you.
On second thoughts, I don't think I'll tell him. When will the staff be arriving?
Well, they boarded the aircraft this morning, so they should be here tomorrow afternoon. Chef Andre.
How do you do?
Howard, valet.
How do you do?
Perkins, footman.
How do you do?
Victoria Smith, cook.
How do you do?
Mrs. Antry, a housekeeper. Millicent Atkinson, parlour-maid.
Milady, may I, on behalf of myself and the household, express our great joy, our humble...
Yes, that will do, Nate, that will do. Now, his lordship is expected back from the fields at any moment. And as your arrival here is somewhat in the nature of a surprise, I think you might as well all be smartened up before you're presented to his lordship. Pincher, I still cannot accept your explanation to the effect that my letter constituted an instruction to you and the staff to come to South Africa.
I know you can't, Mr. Noakley. It's the only excuse I have.
Well, I never expected
Would
that
that
you
be
would...
his lordship arriving?
Baas, daar's baie mense by die huis.
Wat se mense?
Ek weet nie, hulle snaaks aangetrek soos Bus Noakley.
Make yourselves presentable. His lordship is arriving.
My lady, your ladyship.
Yes, Mr. Noakley?
His lordship's arriving.
All right, Mr. Noakley, I understand. If you'd like to disappear, we'll excuse you.
Thank you, Lady Susan. Thank you.
Mams? Mooks? Susanna, waar is jy? Wat is dit, 'n protesoptog?
Oh, Pieter. Oh, man, hier's 'n paar mense aan wie ek jou wil voorstel. Mr. Pincher? Pincher, will you please introduce the others to his lordship?
With pleasure, my lady. My lord, Mr. Lake. Jackson, my lord.
Your lord.
Andre, my lord. Complaisir, monsieur. Howard, my lord. Perkins, my lord. Mrs. Victoria Smith, my lord. Mrs.
Susanna, wie is die mense?
Hulle het nou net hier aangekom van Engeland af om vir ons te kom werk. En wie iemand party van hulle is al meer as 400 jaar in die diens van die Bentwoods.
Nie een van hulle lyk vir my meer as 200 jaar oud nie.
Ag, oh man, jy weet wat ek bedoel. Hulle paas en hulle paas se paas en so aan was nog altyd in diens van die Bentwoods. En nou is ons ook Bentwoods en nou kom hulle vir ons werk.
Notre Dame, ek het nie hierdie spulmense hier huisves nie. Nou klaar! Ons het nog alle klaargekom met die bediendes wat ons het en hulle kan hulle goedjies weer net so aanpak en weer teruggaan.
Hy, ou man, skaam vir jou. Waar's jou gasvryheid? Hulle het nou net 6000 myl ver gereis.
Nou ja, goed, hulle kan nie bly as my gaste, maar hulle is nie bediendes nie. Hulle kan hier 'n paar dae bly as my gaste. Sit down, everybody, sit down. We'll have tea served in a minute.
My lord, we are here to serve you. Would your lordship care to have tea served on the terrace? My lord, may I, on behalf of myself and the household, express our great joy, our humble...
Mr.
Lake, my lord, your butler.
Yes, well, look, Mr. Lake, you can't come and buttle in this house. You can stay as my guest for a while, but I don't want to be a lord. I don't want servants, and I don't want to be a lord.
Beg pardon, my lord. Lord Bentwood's residence.
Hey! Give me that. Krom uit hierso.
Middag, Piet. Ja, kyk, Piet, ek het nou gedink oor die ding. Ons het nou soveel Afrikaanse stemme verloor omdat jy nou 'n lord is. Laat ons 'n plan sal moet maak om 'n paar Engelse stemme by te kry.
Ag nee man, kan ons nie liewer probeer om die boere stemme terug te kry nie?
Daardie stemme is verlore, Piet. Die boere sal nie vir 'n Engelse lord stem nie, maar die Engelse sal.
Ag nee, anders tog nie dit nie, man.
Wil Piet hierdie setel wen of nie?
Ja man, maar ai.
Nou ja, dan moet jy asseblief maak soos ek sê.
Nou goed, sê dan maar, jong.
Kyk, jy en Tansan moet nou 'n tuinpartytjie hou. En julle moet al die vooraanstaande Engelse in die distrik uitnooi. Vernaam daai klomp ladies van die Cultural Society. Nou ja, dan moet julle twee julle lywe maar so lodderig en so leiderig hou as wat julle moontlik kan. Maar julle moet die rooi nekke beïndruk.
Ek kan nie my lyf lodderig hou en my lewe te red nie, jy weet dit self.
Oom Piet, wil jy die setel verloor?
Nee, ek wil nie, maar waarom moet dit eers 'n garden party wees? Ons boere mos gaan garden parties nie. Kan ek nie liewer 'n braaivleis vir ding reël nie?
Nee, dit moet 'n garden party wees.
Ag, nou ja, goed, dan moet dit maar so wees. Totsiens. All right, so I'm a lord, and you can all stay on, and we're going to have a party.
Ag, ou man, dis te liefies van jou.
A garden party.
Ah, Millicent. This will be his lordship's table. Oh, and Millicent, tell Mrs. Aintree not to send the refreshments out until after the guests start arriving. Sandwiches spoil in a very few moments in this hot African climate.
Very well, sir. Ah!
I beg your pardon, Millicent.
Something bit me.
Millicent! Millicent! Oh.
Kyk dan, San. Jy en oom Piet maak nou glad nie julle verskyning voor al die gaste opgedaag het nie. Dan sal die butler julle uitbring en die gaste aan julle voorstel. Daarna gaan sit almal by die tafeltjies en gesels. En met die dan tree Tommy vorentoe en hy stel die sangers voor.
Wat nou weer? Ag, Paul, gaan kyk bietjie wat gaan daar aan met jou pa.
Goed, ma.
Gats, maar die ou baas klink boos. Ek wil gaan kyk of ek kan help daarso.
I told you I'm not going to put the blasted thing on. I don't care. If I lose every single...
Hy skal pa nie kwalijk neem nie. Hulle wil vir hom 'n rokkie aantrek.
A skirt, Mr. Noakley?
That would be the kilt, Lady Susan. The Bentwoods do wear the tartan on formal occasions. There is Scottish blood in the family, as you can doubtless hear.
Then I'd better persuade him to put it on.
The ants seem to be localized here, sir, just near where his lordship is due to sit. These African ants seem to be more vicious than the British ones. I think they should be eradicated before his lordship sits down. Maybe DDT would be suitable, sir.
Oh, you think so, Lake? Well, you may leave them to me. Thank you.
Hy kom, kerels. En nie die rokkie aan. Boere, julle moet nie lag nie, dis ernstige saak hierdie.
Laat net een daaronder lag.
Excuse me, gentlemen.
My magte, gee dit aan jy. So ja, Kevin, dus gaan nou aan je werk hoor.
Ja, hoor. Ek het gedog die was as 'n lord, maar nou sien ek die was as 'n lady.
This way, my lord, my lady. It'll be quite all right, my lord. Mr. and Mrs. Laidlaw Dixon.
Simply charmed, your lordship. Really?
How do you do? Your bonnet. We do not remove our bonnet. That way round. Mr. and Mrs. Stannis Bloxham.
How do you?
How do do? How do do? Mr. and Mrs. Chumley.
My lord, ladies and gentlemen, allow me to introduce to you two very famous people who've recently settled in this lovely country of ours. Anne Ziegler and Webster Booth.
Leave me not to pine alone and desolate. No fate seemed fair as mine, no happiness so great. And nature day by day has sung in accents clear this joyous roundelay. He loves thee, he is here. Fa la la la, fa la la la. He loves thee, he is here. Fa la la la, fa
Ah, must I leave thee here in endless night to dream, where joy is dark and drear, and sorrow supreme, where nature day by day will sing in altered tone this weary round. here is truth, and here is food for joyous laughter. She will be faithful to her suit till we are wedded and even after. And here is love, and here is truth. She will be faithful to her suit. We are wed and even after.
We are wed.
And even after.
Yes, even after.
Oh, here is love and here is truth. And what the heck is going on here?
On my soul.
I don't think it's quite nice, do you? It's the absolute end.
Hardly the thing, eh? What?
Absolutely ghastly.
Penelope, it's time we went.
Shall we leave, darling?
They are awful.
There, Melody. Don't take on so.
My lord?
Yes?
I gather your lordship finds it rather irksome to be an aristocrat.
Yes.
Well, my lord, I know how you can get rid of the title.
You do?
I do, my lord.
Well, tell me.
Well, my lord, it seems that the first Lord Bentwood was awarded an earldom in 1302 by King Edward I. Now, this first Lord Bentwood was very fond of jousting, but he was not a particularly...
Now, jousting, what's that?
Well, jousting, my lord, is when two knights on horseback enter the lists and more or less charge at each other with lances.
Ah, you mean like Prince Valiant in the comics?
Exactly, my lord. Like Prince Valiant in the comics. Well, my lord, this first Lord Bentwood was very fond of jousting, and would challenge all and sundry to jousts, especially those foreign knights from the continent. Unfortunately, however, Lord Bentwood was not a very good jouster, and lost every time he jousted. And to make matters worse, my lord, the first Lord Bentwood always charged into battle shouting, "For Edward and England!" and promptly got himself unhorsed. And the king decreed that should Lord Bentwood fight and lose again, he would forfeit his title and become a commoner. And that decree on the title, my lord, exists today. So all you have to do...
Pincher? Oh, Pincher. Have you been telling his lordship about the decree on the title?
I have.
And have you told his lordship about the goods and chattels decree on the title?
I was coming to that. The king also decreed, my lord, that in the event of Lord Bentwood losing such a joust, all his goods and chattels were to be distributed amongst his servants as a final humiliation.
Now you realize, my lord, why this man is trying to stampede you into an unpremeditated act. He's hoping to
share in the loot. Oh, I know his lordship wouldn't mind. I couldn't help overhearing a conversation with Mr. Van der Walt, that he would gladly spend all his Bentwood inheritance to be rid of the title.
A lot of things are becoming clear to me now, Pincher. Now I realize why you deliberately misunderstood my letter. Now I know why sugar instead of insecticide was strewn over the lawn at his lordship's garden party. Do you realize, my lord, that you were incorrectly dressed at that party? That velvet jacket, the turkey feather. Whoa. And I taxed this man with it prior to you displaying yourself to the public, my lord, and he averred that you insisted upon being clothed in that fashion. I suspect he's been fabricating. My lord, may I inquire where your lordship is going?
Sir David Willoughby is a knight of the realm, isn't he?
Yes, my lord.
Well, I'm going to slap his silly old face and he can slap me back and I'll fall down on the ground and I won't be a lord anymore.
But it isn't as simple as that, my lord. You see, when King Edward issued the decree, his scribes wrote it all down most circumspectly. As you can imagine, civil servants of those days are not much different to civil servants of today.
Yes, all right. So they put in all the whereases and wherefores. But it's very simple. The king said if Lord Bentwood loses a fight, he loses his title.
Yes, but the king did not say fight, my lord. Please. You see, it says here, joust. And it specifies most circumspectly the conditions under which such a jousting tourney must be held. You will, for instance, have to wear a suit of armor.
You mean like...
Like Prince Valiant in the comics, my lord?
Kiewit! Kiewit! Ja, Kiewit, ga nou naar die stoer toe en val hy klomp kanne en blikke waar hy lê. En dan sê jy vir die blacksmith, hy moet vir my 'n pak klere daarvan maak.
Wat radio was nou?
Man, sê net vir die blacksmith, hy moet vir my klere maak van blik.
Die waarvoor?
Jy het gehoor wat ek sê, gaan maak.
Fuller was armor right.
Ja dan. All right, so what else was so circumspectly specified?
Well, the joust has to be witnessed by at least 4 knights of the realm, my lord.
All right, so we invite Sir Div and Sir Francis to Ding Dong, and we'll find some more sirs.
Ding Dong?
Nou, juffrouw, geef me die nationale partij kantoor, alsjeblieft.
My lord, it can't be as simple as this.
Can't it?
No, you see, well, in any case, Sir David would never consent to joust with you.
I'm sure that I could persuade Sir David, if your lordship would so instruct.
Yes, you go and talk to Sir David. Hallo, Hannes. Ons trappel is er voorbij, man. Maar ons moet vinnig springen en alles reël, want ek wil hê die hele dorp moet daar wees.
Won't you sit down, Mr. Crommert, my lord?
Thank you.
And you too, Mr. Pincher.
Thank you.
I'll call my dad.
Would you be kind enough to tell your father that his lordship has arrived to formally challenge him to the joust, which Sir David so very kindly agreed to?
Are you sure you want to lose your title?
Most decidedly he does.
Then I'll call him.
Thank you.
Dad? Dad?
Now, how the devil did you manage to fix it?
Oh, Sir David was delighted to assist you to lose your title.
Oh? Why?
Well, my lord, Sir David expressed the thought that you are not an asset to the British aristocracy.
Oh, he did he?
Yes, I did, and I meant every word of it. Well, come on, let's get it over with. Challenge me.
Willoughby, I challenge you to a joust.
Yes, well, that's not the way a British gentleman proposed the challenge. You have no respect for tradition, so I accept.
Of course I have respect for tradition. My tradition.
Well, I have respect both for my tradition and your tradition.
Anyhow.
Gentlemen, that is sufficient. The challenge has been given and accepted. And now may we discuss the tournament, the time, and the place?
Hear ye, all present here bear witness that the contestants in this tournament have agreed to abide by the laws of the tournament as laid down by the Royal College of Heralds. The best of 3 jousts will be considered a victory. If Lord Bentwood should lose this contest, he shall forfeit his title and become a commoner. Dan is hy net so plat boel soos ek en jy. At the north end of the field, we have Sir David Willoughby. At the south end, Peter Lord Bentwood, Earl of Flintshire.
Kiewit! Maak los hier zo. Hierdie boot in die kant. Maak gauw, joh. Maar gauw. Kiewit, wat maak je nou? Hou nou op het droog, man. Maak me nog. Hey, nou maar.
The wretched man has no respect for tradition.
Now, Sir David, it was agreed that Cromholt would fall off his horse the moment you touch him with your lance. But no rough stuff, remember?
it was also possible.
But Sir David, he might get hurt.
A few bruises won't do him any harm at all.
Take up your stations!
Let's get on with it.
Nou kyk hom Piet, jy moet maar versigtig wees. As hy jou raaksteek, val maar af en bly lê hoor.
Ja, ek weet wat om te doen, man. Kragtig baie mense, hè?
Are you ready, Sir David? Is jy reg om, Piet?
Maak men, hoekom maak jullie patroon nog niks?
Hy is hier gekry om Piet.
Ja, die bloemenjengel van met hard gestaan, maar hy gaat nou bak.
Jy moet nou nie haastig word nie, onthou jy moet 2 keer val.
Ja, het gesê 2 die 3 keer, maar hy gaat nou eerst vir hom afstaan, dan sal ek weer gaan neem, maar hy moet hier voel.
Om Piet, jy moet nou nie moeswillig wees.
Nee, ek is nie moeswillig.
Onthou dat hierdie ding is belangrik vir die verkiesing.
Ja,
hierdie ons afknyp, sê jy
word my uit my keer verlang, hy moet eerst voel.
Onbesonde wees nie. Moet nou nie gaan staan en onverantwoordelike dinge doen nie.
Ja, toe maar laat staan vir my man, ek weet wat ek doen. Gee my naam.
Truce! Raise your alarms! 1-4 to Sir David Willoughby and 1-4 to Lord Bentley.
For heaven's sake, Cromhout, what the devil do you think you're doing? You were supposed to be unhorsed.
Ja, ek wil jou net terugbetaal vir 'n harde stamp van net nie.
But you know perfectly well. You were supposed to be unhorsed, I was to win the joust, and... Oh, where's my horse?
The contestants will take up their positions for their third and deciding joust.
Kom Piet, jy moet weer wen.
Huh?
Jy moet weer wen. Hoor gaan daai mense te kere. Hulle dink jy's 'n held omdat jy Sir David afgestamp het.
Ja, maar as ek nou wen, dan gaan ek ook bly sit met die titel.
Jy kan ander dag jou lordskap verloor, maar vandag moet jy wen. Daardie mense gaan môre op die eleksie stem vir die man wat vandag hier wen, Lord of the Not.
Ja, wragtig, hè?
What went wrong?
The Richard man pushed me off. He didn't play the game.
Something's brewing down there. I think that Cromhout has decided to win this bout as well.
I can't play a trick like that.
But listen to the crowd, and look at Van der Merwe down there talking to Cromhout. I bet they're concocting something. You're going to have to fight like you never fought before.
If the Richard Barr thinks he can double-cross me, he's got another thing coming.
plan het nie gewerk nie, oom Piet.
Ag, anders ek is jammer, jong, maar die Engelsman se wapens was beter as myne. En ek het verkeerd gesê dat hierdie goed oor.
Julle vang nou ons sport dan, hè?
Jy moet nog lag nie, ek gaan die verkiesing verloor.
Nee, ek is nie so seker daarvan nie. Jy en Sir David allerhande sports gaan aanvang, gerugte versprei en gejoust. Maar een ding moet julle nog leer. En dit is, 'n nat stem nat en 'n sap stem sap. Dit maak nie saak hoe verspot die kandidaate is nie. Elke man stem vir sy party.
Dink jy so? Dink jy daar's nog hoop vir my?
Het hang net af of daar vir jaar meer nat is of sappe in die distrik is. Ons sal môre aand na die verkiesing weet.
Dink jy ek het nog 'n kans, jong?
Hou jou in, oom Piet. Ons is net nou weet.
Stop! Ons verwag die uitslag van die baie belangrike grenszetel Kransberg binne die volgende 10 minute.
Krachtig, dat was nabij.
Veel geluk, oom Piet.
Yes, well, congratulations, neighbor, and the very best of luck to you.
Goed, dankie, maar wat lijkt je zo opgeruimd? Je hebt nog verloren, man.
Well, I've been thinking, you know, I'll have more time to look after my fences now, won't I? Anyhow, we're even, and that's as it should be. Last time I won, this time you won, and I'm still one up on you.
Oh, ja?
Yes, remember yesterday, when we fought man to man, guess who won?
Ja, maar jouw wapens was beter als mijne. En ik heb verkeerd gezegd, hij moet mij scanneren olie. En als je wel man tegen man, dan moet je maar net...
Meneer, zal ons die uitslag aankondigen? Hier volgt die uitslag van die verkiezing in die kiesafdeling Kransberg. Kromhout, Pieter, Nationale Partij, 4732. Willoughby, Sir David, Verenigde Partij, 4689. Nationale Partij meerderheid 43.
Vrienden, vanavond is een groot aand. Na 10 lange jaren het ons nou weer hierdie zetel van die Nationale Partij verower. Die Nationale Partij glo dat die twee taalgroepen in ons land baie nou moet saamwerk. Een van die groot ideale van ons partij is om eenheid tussen die Afrikaans en die Engels sprekende Suid-Afrikaners te bewerkstelligen.
Well, friends, we lost the seat this time by a very narrow margin. But it was a fair and clean fight. Except for, never mind about that, it was a fair fight. I'd like to mention that the United Party has been constantly pleading for unity between the two language groups ever since its inception. Unity is strength. Unity... Joan, what are you doing down there with an Afrikaans boy?
Unity, Dad?
Paul, wat maak je daar met de Engelse meisje, hè?
Ja, nee, pa.
Yes, well, you come along up here and join us, Joan.
Ja, kom jullie twee keer hier op naar ons doen.
Man to man, hè?
Man to man.